All right, welcome, welcome. If you are an overhead athlete, so if you participate in a sport where you're going to be holding a weight over your head, or you like doing things overhead, tight pecs might be the issue that's preventing you from getting into that position or causing shoulder pain in that position. And if that's the case, today's workout is for you. All we need in terms of equipment, I've got a dowel here, something with a little bit of strength to it because I'm going to weight this position. I've got a bench that can incline, and I've got for myself a couple 5-pound plates, but you can scale it accordingly, and we'll go from there. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start doing some shoulder cars because we want to warm up the joint, drive some blood flow into that joint, but also we use this as a self-assessment. We'll do this from a half kneeling position. What I need you to do is I need you to create whole body tension, and we're going to do that. We're going to take a deep breath in, and we're going to start by creating tension in the abdominals. I'm going to squeeze this fist, just a little less tension here and elbow locked out. First thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate the bicep to face that way, and we're going to maintain that rotation, come across. When you get stuck here, keep the elbow locked, head straight up overhead. As you cross your face, thumb goes to the back of the room, keep the ribs tucked, don't extend from the spine, rotate at this point, and then try and draw a huge circle in the sky with your fingers until we go high into extension. Continue to rotate, knuckles find the thigh. Then we go straight up and back. When we get stuck here, we rotate, try not to cut the corner, brush the face with the bicep, start to open up, and back to the starting position. Let's do one more of those. Come across, up, thumb to the back of the room, try and brush the face to the bicep, rotate as high as you can in extension, and then continue to rotate until that bicep finds the rib cage, straight up and back. When you get stuck in extension, anchor that shoulder down and rotate, and then bicep comes to the face, open up the palm, back to the starting position. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Create that tension and just a little less tension in this shoulder so that joint can move. Rotate the bicep out, come across. When you get stuck here, we go up, thumb to the back of the room, into flexion, then we rotate. Good. Try and draw the largest circle possible. We find extension, we rotate knuckles into the thigh, and then we go straight up and back. When we get stuck there, we rotate, we bring the bicep to the face, palm comes up, starting position, and let's do that again. Come across, up, thumb to the back of the room, brush the face with the bicep, keep the ribs tucked. Go as high as you can into extension, and then knuckles find the thigh. Now we go straight up and back. When we get stuck, we anchor the shoulder down. Try not to rotate the spine. Good. Bicep to the face. Open up the palm. Keep that elbow locked. Beautiful. Okay. We will start with the dowel in a quadruped position. And what I'm looking for is I want to find this Y position. Roughly 30 degrees off midline, somewhere in there, but I'm looking for the greatest stretch that I can find in this area across those pec fibers here. So to set this up, I want something nice and padded for the knees. I want to find that Y position. Make sure that the dowel is on something where it's not going to slip away because we're going to be pressing into this with some good force. Now, I'm going to set myself up so that I'm on the fingertips of the opposite hand. Lock that elbow, push the dowel away, slight tuck of the tailbone, and make sure that your chest is square to the ground. From here, I'm going to loosen my grip on the dowel. I'm just going to use the back of my shoulder to lift up as high as I can. I'm going to grab on, and then I'm going to settle down onto the palm of the opposite hand, hopefully feeling a stretch in a pec, and maybe even some bunching up and some cramping in the back of the shoulder. From here, we're going to hang out here for 2 minutes. Let that stretch do its thing. Continue to keep the elbow locked. If the stretch starts to dissipate, think about tucking the tailbone a little bit and reaching your right armpit to the ground, assuming you're working the right hand like I am, right arm. Try not to avoid the stretch. Try and find the area that's the greatest restriction, that gives you the greatest stretch sensation. And from here, we're just going to use our breath to calm the nervous system and hopefully open up into a deeper range. So let's go, nice deep breath in. Long, gentle exhales. If it starts to feel nervy and tingly in the fingers, come out of that a little bit. We don't need to go quite that deep. We want to be just past our active range into our passive range. And I know that I'm in my passive range because if I'm using the back of the shoulder and I'm not rotating away, I cannot lift this dowel off the ground. There's no way. The only way to do that would be to cheat and to rotate or to hike up my shoulder, and I don't want to do that. Good. A few more deep breaths. We got about 30 seconds left. Nice deep breath in. Breathe into the upper chest, upper back. Try and expand the rib cage. Nice long, gentle exhales. Couple more. Again, if that stretch starts to dissipate, just reach that armpit to the ground a little bit more. And we'll start with our first gentle contraction. Ready? Wherever you feel that stretch, I need you to create a little bit of tension, squeeze the fist on the dowel, and just gently start to press into the ground 10%. Then 20, 30, 40. Press that dowel into the ground. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ramp down that contraction. Squeeze the back of the shoulder. Reach your armpit down and try and lift the dowel up at the same time. Good. Keep lifting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Maybe some cramping in the back of the shoulder is beautiful, but do not bend that elbow. Ready? Round 2. Squeeze. Tension up the lengthened tissue and start to press down. This time a little harder. If you're safe and pain-free, let's go to 25. Then 50. 75. Push here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Use the back of the shoulder. Reach the armpit down. Lift the dowel up. Shouldn't be able to go anywhere, but I'm squeezing, cramping in the back of the shoulder. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Whew. Last one. Ready? Deep breath. Exhale. Tension those abdominals. Start to squeeze and press. 25. Then 50. Then 75. I need you for 10 seconds. Push as hard as you can. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch and lift. 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 Keep pushing. Keep pushing. See if you can get that cramp going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Slowly come out of that position. Wow. Beautiful. Just make sure when you're lifting, you're not doing any of this stuff, right? I'm reaching the armpit down as I'm sending that thumb up to the sky. Very good. Good start. Okay, we'll go the other way. Elbow locked. Square your torso to the ground. Try and balance a glass of water on your back. I want that arm about 30 degrees off to the midline. Okay, and from here, I'm going to use the back of the shoulder, elbow locked, to reach up, grab on. That's my active range right there. I'm going to settle down onto the palm. Now I'm just past my active range into my passive range. My elbow's locked. I'm pushing the dowel away, and I feel a nice stretch across the pec as I reach my armpit to the ground. And from here, I'm just going to hang out and breathe. Let those pecs open up. You can feel a little bit in my lat as well. It's beautiful. It's good. That might be a restricting factor. We're going to work all that out today. Good. And just breathe. Remember, nice deep inhales into the upper chest, upper back. Make your exhales longer than your inhales. Don't force anything. Long, gentle exhales. See if when you exhale, by shrinking the rib cage, if you can make the stretch more intense. That's a good target. Good. We're almost there. We got about 35 seconds left here, folks. Focus on your breathing. If the stretch dissipates, remember, keep that elbow locked, push the dowel away, and reach the armpit towards the ground. Keep the tailbone tucked. Don't extend from the spine on this one. Good. Focus on your breathing. Last deep breath in. Nice, long, gentle exhale. Wherever you feel that stretch, tension up that tissue and start to gently press that down into the ground 10%. now 20, now 30, 40% of what you got, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the back of the shoulder, try and lift, but reach your armpit down. Don't rotate up. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ramp down. And here we go, round 2. Tension up, feel that stretch. Wherever that lengthened tissue is, use that to press down 25, 50, 75. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch and lift. Hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ramp down. All right, last one. Here we go. Ready? If you're safe and pain-free, let's go close to max as we can. Start to press. 25, 50, 75. Everything you got, starting now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opposite, lift. Lift, hold, almost there. Get that cramp going. Reach the armpit down, thumb up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ramp down. Slowly come out of that position. Move those shoulders around. Opening up that front side feels nice. Okay. Let's put that, hopefully we created a little extra range. Let's put that to use. I'm going to put that there, hopefully not too much noise. Now, I'm going to pull my bench over, and we're going to pair 2 movements, and you'll understand why I was looking for an incline bench before. And you can do this from a standing position, but to be honest with you, I find that loading the second movement from an inclined position really gets into the pecs as well. Not absolutely necessary, but it's nice to have. Okay, so I'm gonna grab these 5-pound weights first to start. You can use dumbbells, it doesn't matter. I'm just using the plates to save time. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lay back on the bench. I'm gonna press my lower back into the bench. So I'm gonna make sure there's no gap, no extension from my back this way. I'm gonna have my plates with my thumbs together, and from here, I'm gonna internally rotate at the shoulder, and then I'm gonna come down in roughly that 30-degree plane and find that same stretch in the pecs we were just working on. Make sure you don't lose that gap between, or lose the pressing of the lower back into the bench, and then we're gonna pull from that stretch tissue. We're gonna go 5 5-second holds. Lower down, good, find that stretch, and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Use the stretch tissue to pull back up and lower for 3, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull, beautiful, lower, find that stretch and hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull, last one. Lower and hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pull. Beautiful. Nicely done, pec diagonal stretch. Now, here's where we're gonna switch this bench into an incline bench, okay? And I'm gonna get set up this way. We are going to work incline dislocates here. So the closer the hands are, the more challenging the movement, but I want to find a position where I can clear the bench and my hands are wide enough that I can do the movement, and not so wide that I'm gonna hit myself in the forehead. So we can also now start to add some weight onto this as such. And you can really challenge. The reason why I like the incline is because I find the angle of incline really hits the pecs nicely. So we'll come here all the way around, find that stretch, and pull back. 5 reps. All the way down, around, 2, good, 3, 4, one more, 5. Beautiful. Good. We're going to do one more of each. Pec diagonal stretch. So let's put that bench down. Nice little series. Opens up, tremendous pec opener. Scale this accordingly. Be careful, this might elicit some nice soreness in the next couple of days. So again, internally rotate at the shoulders. I want my thumbs facing up, pinkies to the ground, and I stretch, find that 30-degree angle, roughly press the lower back into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pull. Beautiful. And again, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pull. You're pulling wherever you feel that stretch. I want you to tension that, and that's where you're going to pull on the way up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pull. We got 2 more. Lower, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pull. Last one, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pull. Beautiful. Okay, one more incline dislocate. We'll set the bench back up to that inclined position. Perfect. Weight is optional. For some, just getting into this position is enough of a stimulus. For others, we can continue to add weight and continue to bring the hands in closer. 5 more reps here as we lower down, reach. Let the shoulder blades do whatever they're doing in order to find that position. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. Last one. 5. Whew. That one gets spicy. Opens things up really nicely, and using the weight in each of those positions, we can progressively overload. You can also take video of yourself. I like to put I use a marker and I put little marks on the dowel so I can gauge progress of how much my hands are coming in close together. But if you're struggling with your overhead position, or you've got shoulder, rotator cuff injuries, tight pecs might be part of the issue at least. Give that a try. Let me know how it goes. Appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one.